Well, again, it's now time for business, and Kweku Temin is standing by. Kweku, is the PURC likely to increase tariffs in 2 weeks' time?
Portia, those are some of the answers I'll be seeking in just about a short while as I get the main woman at the helm of affairs at the Public Relations and External Affairs, Nanaya Jantwa of the Public Utility and Regulatory Commission. In just about a jiffy, do stay with us. We're back in a while. All right, so just before we give you the details, let me run you by some synopsis. The Public Utility Regulatory Commission, that's the PURC, will announce new tariffs for utility providers in a period of 2 weeks. Well, we're yet to confirm that, but there's enough confirmation that the power providers will not even get a quarter of what they are asking for. The three main power companies in the country, that's the Volta River Authority, VRA, Ghana Great Company, and the Electricity Company of Ghana, that's GridCo, have been asking for a total tariff increment of around 384% to help them run efficiently. VRA is requesting an increment from 8.4 pesos per kilowatt per hour of power in 2011 to 19.29. I'll be giving you more of those details as we get further into the stories. But joining me in the studios right now is Nanaya Jantwa, Public Relations and External Affairs Director of the PURC. Many thanks for joining us in the studio. Well, Portia just wanted me to find out that in 2 weeks, can you confirm that you're coming out with new tariffs?
I am surprised where this information is coming from. The PURC is at the moment looking at the figures that will at the end of the day translate into a tariff for each category of consumers that we have in the country. We haven't set a timeline to it. Did
you give yourself any time frame, expecting that within the period probably you might be through? That's
we haven't given ourselves
mid-September.
We haven't given ourselves a time frame. We are looking at the numbers. We are making sure that everything that comes out at the end of the day will be acceptable to the utility service provider and also the consumer. Do not forget that when it comes to tariff increases, people are going to pay money and the utilities are going to receive money. So whatever work that we are doing, we have to make sure that it is done very well and it will be devoid of any flaws or any problems. So we are taking our time to do that.
Obviously, Nanaya, you're taking your time.
Yes.
But would you say that you're doing this forever? I mean, definitely there should be some timelines to it, because a lot of people, corporate executives, would want to do proper projections also. So the consumer virtually is sitting on tenterhooks.
No, you shouldn't sit on tenterhooks. Once we know that there's going to be an increase, everybody should prepare their minds towards that. But you see, I will speculate, or the PURC will speculate if we tell you that we will finish today. Let's assume I sit here and tell you that we are going to finish tomorrow and we don't finish tomorrow. Certainly, definitely, you are going to quote me that Nanaya Jantwa said that the tariffs are going to be increased by tomorrow. No, we are saying that we are dealing with the figures, we are looking at the numbers, and at the end of the day, when we finish with everything that we are doing, we are going to announce a tariff which is certainly going to be an increase in tariffs for water and electricity in the country.
I would want to know how far consultations have gone so far.
We finished with consultations. We finished with all our consultations. And as we go along, if there is any consultation that we have to do, we'll do it alongside. But at the moment, we are crunching figures. The people doing the tariff, we have the Regulatory Economics Directorate working on the tariffs. So now what we are doing is crunching figures to arrive at a figure of figures for various categories of consumers in the various classes. You know, the tariff structure has different classes of consumers. So we need to do a very thorough job so that at the end of the day, whatever comes out is acceptable.
Of course, energy forecasters, let me go by that, because even on the stock market, we'll have people who would forecast. So maybe, let's see, some energy forecasters are simply saying that, look, the PURC would not give them anything close to what they are looking for, well over 300%. Do you foresee this becoming a reality, that you are not giving them anything absolutely close to what they are?
I don't know where this 300% figure is coming from. When you calculate their percentages, everybody is looking for a certain kind of percentage. I think that simply they have just added everything to get to 300%. That is not the case. And when you use our model to calculate what they are looking for as far as the revenue requirements that they need is looked at, is about 166% for the three electric utility consumers, and also the Ghana Water is also looking at about 130 something. So at the end of the day, we cannot even forecast. We are the PURC, we cannot even forecast. We cannot speculate till we finish our work. So if anybody is forecasting, it's good to forecast, but we ourselves cannot even do that. We are dealing with numbers, we are dealing with figures, we are dealing with facts, we are dealing with proposal, we are dealing with cost, revenue requirements, what the consumers would have to pay. So at the end of the day, if anybody sits and forecasts, fine, it's a good exercise, but we cannot say that this is how it's going to go till we finish our work.
In the meantime, what should we be doing? Just about a few words for you. The consumer, what should the consumer be doing while we wait for the PURC?
We should learn how to conserve energy whilst we wait. Because you see, if you learn how to conserve energy, at the end of the day, you cut the cost of electricity that you pay every month. We should learn not to engage in practices like illegal connections. You see, for conservation, it is key. We use electricity that we do not need. I am very guilty. We are all guilty. I'm number one. I'll raise up my hand and say, I do it. We put on lights that we don't need. We waste electricity. As we wait, we should start practicing conservation so that when the tariff is increased, we'll be used to conserving energy. I've
been speaking to Nanaya Jantua, Public Relations and External Affairs Director of the Public Utilities and Regulatory Commission. Madam, thank you very much for coming into the studios. I'm sure as and when you're ready, we'll be the first to announce it out to the public.